What's up, YouTube? I want to talk about how to become rich slowly in 2020. And I believe there's levels to how to become rich, and you have to hit each level. And I think there's three main levels that you have to get to. The first one is basically getting you to ground zero. So if you're in debt and you don't have any income coming in, the first thing you want to do is get to ground zero. Ground zero is where you have a clean slate and you start to have income coming in. If you're in debt and you have income coming in, you're still below ground zero because you don't have money yet. You're in debt, which means you owe somebody. So the first thing you want to do is get down that debt, because then you can start to save. And that's when you're at ground zero. Ground zero is when, you're working, you have income coming in, and you don't owe any debt. So you start saving. This is the part where you want to save, as much as you can. Most people say 10 to 20%. Let's say you're younger, you live with your parents, and you can save more than that. Save more than that. And you want to save 6 months of your living expenses. And this is like minimum. Because the thing is people want to get out of their jobs. People want to, live this free life. But if you don't have anything to allow you to take risks in your life that allows you to take a different path than the path you're on right now, you're not going to be able to do that. First of all, it's going to be too stressful, and your mind isn't going to be able to connect that vision you have for yourself in the future if you're not able to support yourself in the present. So you have to be able to support yourself in the present. So you want to get that job. I talk about escaping wage slavery and, wage slavery, and you might get this confused with not having a job. It's not about not having a job. You want to get a job. You want to be great at that job. You want to make money at that job. You want to get a job that pays more. That's fine. But you want to start saving that money so you are not a wage slave forever. That's the difference. When you're using a job to support your own dreams, then it's beneficial to you. If you're using a job to provide for you, then you're creating their dream. Like, you can help somebody with their dream, but eventually you have to have your own dream. Otherwise, you're going to be a slave to that person or to that corporation or to that job. And that's where people get stressed out. That's where people start to feel like, I need to do something with my life. I don't know what I want to do, but I know this isn't what I want to do for the rest of my life. And if you have that savings behind you, if you have 6 months of expenses behind you, this is the time. This is where you're at ground zero. You're building the savings so that you can take the next level. And while you're building those savings, stop spending on stupid stuff. Don't spend your money on stupid stuff. Spend your money on education. And I don't mean go to college, unless if you really want to do something that pertains going to college. But educate yourself. You know, Educate yourself. Spend time with yourself, getting to know who you are, what you want out of life. That's very important. It's very important to know what it is that you want. If you quit your job and you don't know what you want, then you're just going to be lost. And you're going to have a lot more time to think about how lost you are. But if you happen to lose your job and you go in with the intention that I'm going to figure out what I want to do, I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it, then you can start making changes in your life. But if you just don't want to work your job, you're not going to be able to make the changes necessary in your life to be able to have financial freedom. So you have to be able to First of all, know what you want. Get educated. Start educating yourself on different business plans, different business ideas, and think about how you really want to live your life. And when you go into a business plan, think, I'm going to have to put 60 hours a week into this business that I think is what I want my lifestyle to be. That's why they say do what you love, because if you don't love what you're doing, you're not going to succeed, because you have to put that time in there. And if you start putting time in and you say, oh, this doesn't work, well, guess what? Back to the job you go. And you've wasted savings, and now you got to try it again. And there's nothing wrong with that process, because each time you should learn a little bit more about yourself. And that's ground zero. Then you go to the first floor, and the first floor is when you start being able to invest. This could be in stocks, this could be in a retirement account, this could be in a new business venture. Whatever it is, you have to figure out what it is that you want to do and start doing it. That's why a lot of this self-help stuff, it works. It helps people. But the thing is people want direct answers. They want somebody to say, this is who you are, this is what you need to do, go do it, and you will be successful. But it's not like that. Because I could tell you that you could never be a rapper. And you could be the next Jay-Z. I could tell you that trying to start a talk show on YouTube is stupid. And you could be the next Oprah. You know, I could tell you that acting isn't a good idea. You should be a lawyer. I could tell you could be a doctor. I could sit here and tell you whatever I want to tell you that you could be, and you may believe it, but as soon as you try it, you know this isn't me. This is just another job. So at ground zero, take that time to educate yourself and to get to know yourself and to get your mind right. You know, while you're working that job, while you're putting savings away, figure out what it is that you want to invest in, that you want to be successful at. Figure out, use that time to figure out your life. When you're not at work, start reading books, start meditating, start really asking yourself, what is it that I want in my life? You know, that's going to be the most important question. Picture your life 5 years from now. You know, picture what it is that you want to do every day of your life. And when you get to that next level, when it comes to creating something for yourself, you have to create something for others. You have to create value, you know, and everyone, I believe, is born with certain talents and gifts that not other people have. I know people that can cook extraordinarily. You know, I know people who can play basketball. I know people who can sing. You know, I can't sing. I can play a little bit of basketball. I'm not great at it. I'm not an NBA star. But some people are. Those are their gifts. And they bring value to the world. Thousands of people love to buy tickets to an NBA game and then go watch it and have fun with friends and family. You know, people love to sit in front of television and watch a movie that just plays with their mind. You know, whether it be a scary movie, science fiction, something that just, you know, entertains them. People love to be entertained. And it brings value to people because it can make people happy. It can make people get ideas, books, get ideas that people would have never thought. So you have to figure out what it is that you do that you can bring value to others. And that's the final step, is how am I going to bring value to the world? How can I bring the most value to the most amount of people with the talents and skills that I have? You may love doing ballerina, and you may not like teaching it, but you may, you know, have developed other skills. Maybe you're good at accounting, so maybe you can do accounting for a ballerina school, while being able to get to learn more about the culture of being in saving your money and opening up your own school and providing that platform for other kids to do it. You know, so that's the final step, is learning how to create value from your talents and gifts and bring that value to others and make yourself valuable. And that's how you become rich slowly in 2020. This is the year to start. You know, they say 2020 is clear vision. This is the year to start seeing your future. Not just, you know, a lot of people just come up with ideas. You know, they have ideas, they have these grandiose plans, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to start doing that." And they start doing it, and it's just ideas. It's just ideas being thrown out there. They see no vision of how it's going to work. They see no vision of what it's going to do for other people. They just say, "This is a good idea because I like it." You know, and that's not how it works. You got to see it clearly. You got to look and say, "Okay, this is how I want to live my life. This is what I'm willing to do to put myself in a situation to where I can live my life like that." So if you take one thing away from this that will help you the most is ask yourself, what is it that you're willing to do to become rich slowly in 2020? And you can start by getting out of debt, saving your money, and thinking about what it is that you want to do. Like, subscribe, comment the video. If you have any questions, let me know. I will be glad to answer them to the best of my ability. Thanks for watching. Hope you stay tuned. Hope you click that notification bell so you can see the next video. Thank you.